Alright guys, today I'm making another story time episode, and it's going to be about a little interesting story that happened to me early on in life, and it should be good laughs. So today's going to be the story about how I found out one of the 4th grade teachers at my elementary school was a pedophile. This should be quite the tale to tell, if I do say so myself. So in my school, in the 4th grade, there was only 2 options for a teacher. There was Miss Linderman and Mr. Porter. I think we can tell who's the pedophile already, right? I fortunately was in Miss Linderman's class, and it was a pretty good class. I had a fun year. I discovered things about myself. You know, it was a great time, enjoyed it very much so. I really did. But then something occurred, something rather disturbing if I do say so myself. Basically, like over halfway through the year, Mr. Porter just disappeared, and we had this sub named Mr. Aiken. He was there for the rest of the year, and it was really weird because we thought it was just a sub for a week, but this man was there the rest of the year. It was like, what happened? And it was really confusing, but we'd eventually get down to what happened. So Mr. Aiken was cool. He was a good teacher, you know, whatever. But so then at the end of the year, we got this letter, and this letter was supposed to stay confidential to the students. We weren't supposed to open it, and being the good young Samaritan that I am, I did not open mine. But friends, the world is not filled with good Samaritans like myself. And many children's, they opened that letter, and the word spread fast, and it got to me rather quickly, I might say. I was in with that un-Samaritan type group, you know, whatever. And this letter contained a word of what had happened to Mr. Porter, and it was quite the interesting tale. At first, it was just rumors, you know, it's kids talk, and it could be whatever. And they were all like, oh, he raped children, blah, 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 you know, shit like that. But, I mean, eventually we'd get down to what would happen. But at first I believed things like that because, you know, I'm in 4th grade, I'm young, I'm very impressionable, and my friends are saying such and such. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, I guess. Didn't expect it, but it makes sense. Looking back on it, though, I probably should have expected it. Like, looking back on Mr. Porter, he was kind of that type of dude. Like, he looked like a fucking weirdo. Let me give you a quick description of what this man looked like. He was fucking pale as shit. He had short black hair that spiked in the front. Had the thickest glasses I've ever seen on a human being. I mean, this man could see 3 weeks into the future for shizzle. Just the biggest fucking weirdo I've ever seen as an adult. I'm like, holy shit, what is wrong with this man? But, yeah. At first, we all thought he was a cool teacher, though. Everyone actually wanted his class in 3rd grade, thinking back to it, because his class was one of the only classes in the school to be fully computerized. Like, and I mean, this was a while ago, so computers weren't a really big thing in elementary school yet. Like, having a room with entirely made up of computers, and like every day we'd go to that seemed fucking lit. Being the fucking computer master that he was, he did some interesting things on his computer, let me tell ya. Some inappropriate content was found on that computer, and it wasn't like no adult stuff, you know. It was fucking children. It was fucking child pornography. This man had naked pictures of children on his fucking computer. This guy was a fucking weirdo. That's fucking illegal as shit too. And it was on his school computer, and people fucking discovered that shit. They found out, and then the fucking cops were called, and then Mr. Porter was fucking never seen from again. And we didn't even know this shit until at the end of the year with this letter. Getting back to this letter, they gave us a letter and we gave it to our parents, and our parents were supposed to read that to us and explain it to us. And that's kind of what happened. I mean, my parents did that, and then we found out Mr. Porter was a fucking child pornographist. Luckily, I don't think it was anyone at our school. I don't think it was any of his children that fucking were fucking in those photographs, but yeah, it's fucking crazy. So yeah, and that's pretty much the story of how I found out my fucking 4th grade elementary school teacher was a pedophile. And fucking, he got exposed, and now he's in prison, and I think he's still in prison. I'm pretty sure he's still in prison. No, he's not a teacher, that's for sure. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share this shit on your social media, because that's the thing to do, and I would appreciate that. Alright? And I still don't know how to end these, so I'm just gonna end with a fucking strange noise.